Yo, what is up, people? This is Zero. I know I did it pretty early, so I don't expect nobody to really be in here. Let's I'll just talk about what I want to talk about real quick, and if people show up, might stay a little longer. If not, it is what it is. Oh yeah, let me put this right there. All right. See, because I know I'm supposed to put. Okay, got that in there. Okay, cool. I was thinking I had like a certain video in there, but yeah. I mean, if you wonder where I'm at, well, haven't done anything in a while because I've been busy. And honestly, I did make 3 videos. I was planning on putting them out like, video at a time, and I just forgot about it. Just didn't feel like doing it. Hey, Stu, how you doing? Going. As a matter of fact, you can be. Maybe I'm keeping comment up. You can be here to test my new video.
Like, damn, nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass. The sun is still.
I need to redo that for you to get the rest of it. But oh yeah, I appreciate that. Uh, but yeah, I had like 3 videos I put out because like one of them was like a story time, and then two on different stuff. But yeah, that was pretty much oh, look who's in the building, Mister Eyeballs. Just sneaking in here, you can't escape. Caught, nigga, you caught. Man, I wish I had a video for that. I think I do. Yeah, you think you finna sneak up in here? This is what I gotta say about it.
No, no, mm-mm, mm-mm, no, 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 hell no, 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 I refuse, no, no.
I'm just telling. Oh yeah, I just watched your video that came up. Oh man, I was like, dang, they still come for Will Smith. Like Will Smith, he done did all this apologizing and all that, and almost got canceled. And they still trying to find a way to get at him. And it's kind of funny thing about it is like people try to act like Chris Rock was like a good person. Like this nigga was over talking shit about his wife. Yeah, we can all say like how terrible Jada is. She is a terrible person. I'm not gonna disagree with that. But at the same time, still his wife. And people are like, oh, just G.I. Jane joke, but it would be a G.I. Jane joke if it was an actual movie coming out. But he knew what he was doing. Yeah. Yeah, and like, man, I was just like, and people like, oh, he just did that no reason. I'm like, did y'all forget that he talked about like maybe a year or two ago, whenever they did the whole Oscar so white thing, he talking about Jada then. I'm sure Will's there right there. He probably would have slapped him then. And then on top of that, like when I think I shared another video where they were kind of where somebody talked about it and she was like kind of like just pointed out some stuff and I was like, oh, Chris Rock got a pattern of doing this shit. And like kind of found out like Chris Rock like have like a bad habit like of being friends with people and then, doing kind of about like really, not just like, oh yeah, play for funny comedy. It's like kind of like he going personal, especially if you were related to the Jackson family. He hated Michael, like and I think I remember I seen the video. It was like a video of Tito's son. His name Taj Jackson or something like that, where he was talking about where he pretty much what social media said like he said, Chris, why you always going after our family? We ain't did nothing to you. Why every time you go and take a shot at our family? And I guess because he's a Prince fan, I guess like he thinks like there's some kind of rivalry between him and Michael. Ironically, Prince, gave Michael his flowers, but you as a person supposed to be a Prince fan is still shitting on Michael Jackson and his family. And and I was like, hey, like, I mean, even with like the whole Janet Jackson thing, he's friends with Janet. And then with the whole Super Bowl thing, he couldn't wait to get at her. I was like, oh, you just didn't make friends with people. And I was like, oh, him and Will were friends. And then I think I kind of seen like part of that comedy show because I think I watched maybe about a minute or two of like that part where we supposed to go at Will. I just couldn't watch the whole thing because it's just like it was just stupid. You were trying to get on Neville's on act tough. Everybody, oh, it's a business move. Oh, and all that. I'm like, you just repeating what people on the media have been saying about him. It's a business move. Yeah, you can say it's a business move because, yeah, I mean, Chris, yeah, we all know Chris ain't about that life. I guess you gotta say that, but it was just like way they carry Will. It was like Will being like this nice guy for like pretty much his whole career. Like he was pretty known as that nice guy. And then he slap a nigga, and now he's the worst person ever. Like I can get being bad about the mistake, but you try to ruin a man's career over one mistake. I'm sorry, I don't rock with that. And it was so easy. It was like people just can't. They people just waiting on that. And it's like, I mean, I'm a fan of Will. I'm like, it's like there's a lot of stuff I would like Will doing. Like I wish Will would leave Jada because matter of fact, it's because of Jada, he has a lot of problems that he having now, but he won't leave her. No matter how much she disrespect him, he will not leave her. Even during that situation, she threw him under the bus. I'm like, you still suffering to this bitch, this predator who, like, like people like, oh, they joking all that and blah blah blah, doing all the little jokes and whatnot about the whole relationship. I mean, then and it was kind of funny how, like, with that whole entanglement thing, that people didn't find this weird that she was messing with a child close to her son, a dude close to her son's age. I mean, I mean, you say 21, he might as well be a child. Yeah, because like she slept with somebody way younger than her. And if this had been Will doing this with a young girl, everybody would have had a problem with it. But because she's a woman, oh, it's a big joke. I mean, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say it. And I ain't, like, I'm thinking, yeah, and that she's still love Tupac so much so she told her kids to do it, and yeah, like, I already knew I would write a letter before I see that video, but it's just like the fact that your kids don't even, matter of fact, the fact that his kids don't respect their daddy. I mean, I don't know what it's gonna take. We'll do it. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's that Scientology programming them that make him want to stay, or maybe he just so in love with Jay that he'll put up with all disrespect that she throws at him. Because I'm like, cause Will has so much going for him, but he refuses to let go of the anchor that's weighing him down. But yeah, but like I said, Chris Rock ain't out the hook because cause like he talking about, oh, yeah, I think he talking about, oh, well, I tried to reach out to him and all that. Why would he want to talk to you after you talked about his wife and all that? Why would he want to talk to you? If I wouldn't want to talk to you either. I mean, and it's like Chris. I mean, it was just like every time now like get on stage, now you want to get big and bad. No, stay quiet like you've been doing. I mean, I already know Chris is a pussy ass nigga. Even in the show, he getting his ass whooped. We know Chris ain't no fighter. I mean, it just. I mean, I had respect for Chris, but after he did that, yeah, I was like, yeah. I think the whole slap thing was probably staged, but even so, it gotta have like real world consequences for him. So if people are like, well, he's press charges, I like he's not gonna press charges. Only reason why, because he knows he's in the wrong. There's no way. But I mean, like I said, yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't feel bad. Chris got slapped. I think he's been had that coming. I was surprised he just didn't beat his ass on stage. You lucky he got away with a slap. But like I mean, I guess like when you become a celebrity, like no matter how good your image is, I guess like once people see a flaw, they can't wait to attack it. And I think that's what happened because like you really not hear really anything about Will. You think like, oh Will, he's a nice guy. He wouldn't hurt anybody. I mean, before the slap, that's what probably anybody would have thought. That's probably Chris thought. Chris thought like, oh yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, I don't like him now because like he just did some bitch ass shit. I don't respect bitch ass nigga. It's like the actions he did showed me a bitch ass nigga. I used to like Chris Rock, but after he did that, I was like, man, oh no, you. I mean, doing it to another black man, you got to be one fucked up individual to just do something like that. And this nigga supposed to be your friend. I mean, Chris Rock's track record of being a disloyal bitch ass nigga. It's like you be friends with him, you just gotta watch your back. Just watch. He might stab you. He might stab you if you turn your back on. I'm surprised that nigga still have friends. Honestly. More surprised, I'm surprised Dave Chappelle's friends with him, but I mean, it ain't like Dave Chappelle hang around him all the time anyway, so I guess that's probably why, it wouldn't matter to him. But yeah, I mean, it's like once that bitch ass nigga, I can't stand a bitch ass nigga. Now I mean, if it like had been Will doing something similar that I would have thought was bitch, him being a bitch ass nigga, I'd have went the same way. So I was like, I like Chris Rock, but and I kind of heard something like about him, like wanting to please white folks, and I wasn't sure about it, but I remember when I was at work and I was looking at I think they had like the Fox News channel on, and the Fox News talking about, yeah, if he will slapped anybody, it'd been all right, but Chris Rock, he's our guy. Like he your guy. Like people, y'all coastline this. Republicans say that's their guy. Chris Rock is their guy. He's their guy. Cause I was like, okay, look, I guess if he's their guy, and black folks able to say nothing about it, okay. I mean, because black folks are supposed to be, Democrat, as they like, a lot of black folks like to say. Which I mean, I guess if you know my time in politics, I don't really rock with either of them. But it is what it is. I mean, now am I saying, like yeah, like I said, like Will Smith wrong for letting, for letting this go as long as it has, like letting her do as much she did. Cause I'm like, you gave her permission to sleep with this young boy. You let her disrespect you time and time again. It was like I think he had told a story where he had like a 40th anniversary where you gonna celebrate Jada's 40th anniversary 40th birthday. He put out the works. Like and and what he did, anyone would have been happy if her husband even did a half of that. Half of what Will did for a birthday. And then all Jada had to say, oh, this is the greatest display of your ego or whatever. I'm like, you ungrateful bitch. Yeah, he really should have. I don't get why he's still with her. When I started finding out like how trifling Jada was, like, why are you still with her, nigga? But I guess love they people do stupid things. I guess I don't know. It it baffles me to no end to see that because it's like she's showing you time and time again she don't like you so much so she will betray you openly like she has time and time again. Like I said, when it came down to that old slap incident and they were talking to her, she was like, I had nothing to do with that. No, you had nothing to do with that. You the reason why this even occurred. Oh, really? You had labor. Your message from a late grandmother. Oh wow, she really an ungrateful bitch. And I don't like to call women bitches, but if you did that, like yeah, you really an ungrateful bitch. I can see why she looked terrible and her mama looked better than her. Ooh, you got oh yeah, that's even worse. Yeah, you were you're a terrible person. Yeah, she was terrible on all levels. I can't. I mean, probably like one of the worst people ever. And I mean, even with all that, because like yeah, she's more disloyal than that bitch as than Chris Rock. I like Chris Rock better than her because I mean, yeah, he a bitch ass nigga, but I mean, Jada's done worse to this nigga than Chris Rock could ever do to him. And like I said, like his career almost got taken away because of her. And then on top of that, in order to get his career back, he had to play a slave. All this time in his acting career, he has never played in a slave movie. But Young get canceled. Oh yeah, you gotta play that slave movie now. Like what? I mean, why all the time you gotta play a slave movie when he trying to come back, but any other time he wouldn't have had to play a slave movie. I think even in movies where like, he probably would have been a slave, he never played a slave. But it's just yeah, I mean honestly with Jada, like Will should drop her. She should be locked up. But they probably ain't gonna lock up because oh yeah, he's quote unquote legal. But the court of public opinion ain't gonna convict her because if they were, they would have did it already. And they don't care. I mean, like I said, if this had been Will with a girl the same age, this would have been an issue. But let me see what else. Oh yeah, I got some new content coming out. I just kind of want to talk about that, but it was just I just didn't get that. And then then I think earlier I was on Sex Devil Channel or Sex or Red TV, as y'all like to know her as like, and I think we were talking about like how like had like a whole bunch of dudes are just irresponsible and whatnot that would purposely trap women. And I mean it goes of course it goes all the way around too. I mean we talked about that too. But yeah, it's just I remember like having coworkers that like knew, that like had like, crazy amount of kids and knew other dudes that had more kids than them. And I'm like, y'all couldn't stop with just a few? I mean, like at the very most, you should have like a few. I mean, I'd rather say three. I mean, me and her both agree with three. But I mean, the very most a few. You just wild. Some niggas be wild. But cause like me, I mean, I know some of us when you hold the world account, I'm on both of them accountable. It's just like because I mean, it's like when I try to like hold folk accountable, I hold folk accountable like depending on what it is, and I try to be fair about it because like yeah, it's like truth be told, most folks are trash, and there's too much bad information about stuff passed on with the older folk to the younger generation, and it's like y'all supposed to be elders that supposed to be trying to pass knowledge down to us, but y'all holding us back. Y'all the biggest haters. Especially, when it comes to Gen X and Gen X when they comes to the millennials. I'm like, y'all Gen Xers don't even give a fuck about the millennials. Then y'all want to blame us for everything that went wrong. And I'm like, oh yeah, millennials the cause of the problem, everything. I'm like, if you're talking about how like society is now, if anybody is to blame, it's the generation that came before the millennials. Because y'all was supposed to do your part to keep everything together, while the millennials is supposed to just go in there, and keep it going. But I mean, of course, you can blame the bloomers too, because the boomers had that part to play too, and they do that. I remember like until Gen Z came around, millennials would have blamed for everything. I mean, well, hell, Gen Z still blaming millennials for everything, and it's like y'all. So y'all trying to say y'all didn't do nothing. Y'all didn't do nothing bad. This was all millennials' fault. And I mean, I've never talked about this before, but it's just like I see too much bad information. And it's like if the older generation really cared about the younger generation, they say, hey, this is what I did, this is what I did. Don't be like me. Here's stuff to avoid the pitfalls. So keep you from being someone like me. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but you should at least be able to do your own thing. And on top of that, I remember reading about not reading, watching the 85 South show. I think like Carlos Villa was talking about like how like even though he was saying about women, he was talking about really talking about everybody, like how like people be following people on social media and just doing everything that they want to do, dress how they want to dress, act like how they want to act, and and he was pretty much like you got to be are you original, what do you want to do, how you want to act, what do you think, he, talking about how like people don't really think for themselves. And I mean that's very true because like truth be told, Majority of people don't think for themselves. I mean, they think they're they think they're individuals, but a lot of them ain't. Not true individuals. They just kind of like, oh, we're individuals, but you're still following what everybody else is doing. That don't make sense. No, I mean, of course, certain things you might like that other people like, but at the same time, you kind of got your own opinion about what you like and what you don't like. And it's kind of like me, like you know, show, like if I like TVs or TV shows or movies, I got certain stuff I vibe with. It might not be for everybody else, but as well, like I mean, maybe there might be a show that I like that a lot of people like. I mean, it happens. All right, man, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off in just a minute, just in a minute anyway. I wasn't really planning on being on long anyway, but I just want to do a live because I ain't done it in a while. But yeah, like it's like there's like a lot of it's like a lot of shows that like a lot of people ain't really feeling like that. I like. There's like a lot of shows I like that are very popular. And movies I watch that are very popular. And there's some that ain't so popular. And I'm okay with that because I mean I like to watch what I want to watch. Now I mean, am I saying it's wrong for everybody not to go watch? No. If you watch what's popular, and you like it, that's cool. I mean, I think I remember trying to watch Power, and I really tried to give it a chance. I really did, and I think I think I made it to the third episode, and after that, I really didn't feel as much of the need to really watch it. The reason I watched it because I was like, I had made a big deal about like Black Lightning, and like, how you know you didn't watch the whole episode, whole season? And I was trying to watch the whole season. I couldn't make it. I really couldn't. I wanted to, couldn't make it. But that's how it goes sometimes. And then like on 85 South Show, RP to Jackie O. Subscribe to like DC Young Fly, one of the favorite comedians. Like I love the 85 South Show because they do their own thing. Brothers working together, creating a brand, really doing it big. And they made their own way. I mean, even though they still do a while now, they got 85 South Show. That's their main, brand. So even when they want to stop doing Wild Now, they got the 85 South Show there. And I mean, of course they got things going on, but that's what it was. And I think I seen like a post from Sunkiss, talking to about video from the guy named Nino Brown who was kind of addressing sort of people about him sacrificing his wife, and I'm like, no, man. It's like you gotta tell, like, how certain people. I'm like, yeah, ain't no way that dude done sacrifice his wife. Cause like, I mean, the only way I said it because he didn't grieve the way they want to. Like he didn't break down crying or whatever. He held it together. Like I mean, everybody don't grieve the same way. And I know I talked about this before too. I mean, it's like for example, Tony Baker when he lost his son, his coping mechanism was just to crack jokes. I mean, he was grieving, but he could say like, man, just tell us jokes, and like everybody was waiting Cause like Tony was talking about like how everybody was like waiting to mostly catch him. And like, when he came on live talking about it, he didn't I mean, even though he was talking about it or whatever, he didn't like, necessarily cry like, like that's like I think like probably like maybe before the funeral he didn't really cry, like kind of just held it together. But I think like, after, the funeral and all the wishes he got from everybody, you know, when he did the his live talked about whatever, and I think like right before he ended right before he started really breaking down for crying. And I know when my daddy died, like when I first heard it, I mean, my first reaction wasn't to cry. I just didn't really feel much of anything. It wasn't that I didn't love my daddy. It was just that was how I was reacting to it. And I know like my mom and them like, yeah, hey, if you had to cry, it's okay, blah blah. But I didn't feel like it at the time. And it was only until I actually seen his body that, it just hit me where the tears started flowing nonstop. So I'm like, yeah, like if he hold it, I'm like he holding it together. Like I'm like, yeah, he's holding it together strong. And if people want to say that, like y'all must not have seen the part where when they were closing the casket, DC didn't want the casket to get closed, but he had to let it go. Yeah, I mean, everybody was going to do it a different way. Who knows? I mean, maybe even if he was crying all the time, even when crying secretly, it's still like his way of grieving. For all we know, he could have been breaking down, at home, wait for everybody, but in front of the people, he stands strong. It could be that too. Like I said, we don't know how people grieve, and I thought that was just kind of ridiculous that people just start making up stuff. I mean, people just make up idiotic claims, certain stuff. It's just like this one video where they were talking about the whole wildfire situation, and you're like, oh, see, they planned the fire and all that, and didn't know about the technique. They call slash and burn, where they I'm not or back burn. I forgot what the technique is called, but they have it where they'll burn off a part of the forest to keep the rest of the fire from burning, to take away the fuel that it already has so that the fire can stop. And I think when I watched that, I was like, yeah, people are stupid. I was like, I thought people knew that, but apparently they didn't. But yeah, it's just a bunch of, stupid people out here. And I don't know. I don't know how some of the people still be making in this world. I don't know how they still continue to live the way they do, but somehow they do. But yeah, I'm gonna try to put those videos out that I had before, and just go ahead and do it that way, so that I can do it that way, so I can have some content out. But I will try to do more, try to put some out. But yeah. So with that, I'm gonna get my shout outs, and I'm gonna go ahead and head turn in. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't gonna be up here for long. Just wanted to talk a little bit. But shout out to Naturally Too. Shout out to Killer Swag. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody who catches on a replay, everybody that came into the chat or, spoke in the chat. Y'all the real ones. So, wholeness and vibration, people. And I hope y'all have a great day or night, afternoon, whenever you're watching it. Just make it great. And I'll see y'all guys later.